Assalamu alaikum. This is Aruj Muzaffar from the Department of English, University of Southern Punjab. Our today's lecture is related to another portion and sequence of the subject functional English that we have been going through in our previous lectures. It's so good to have you here, and today we are going to dive into effective communication in our subject. I will obviously walk you through it step by step. Today's topic is ethics in principles of communication. Principles of communications that have been dealt in our previous lectures, which were clarity, coherence, conciseness, courteousness, correctness. The principles of communication are fundamental guidelines that ensure messages are clear, effective, and well received. They apply to both written and verbal interactions and are often referred to as the 7 C's of communication. As I have previously mentioned that they are clarity, conciseness, correctness, concreteness, coherence, courtesy, and completeness. The ethical imperative and perspective of communication at its core is the process through which humanity constructs meanings, builds relationships, and organizes society. It is not merely the transmission of data, but a profound human act that inherently carries moral weight. Therefore, the study of ethics is not an elective supplement to the principles of communication, but rather the foundational element that determines its efficacy, integrity, and potential for social good. Ethical communication insists on responsible thinking, honesty in expression, and respect for the received, ensuring that the act of sharing information enhances human dignity rather than degrades it. This topic will argue that adherence to core moral principles derived from classical ethical frameworks of adapted from modern context is fundamentally necessary for maintaining all the integrity of all communication across interpersonal, professional, and digital spheres. Basically, ethics in communication refers to the moral principles and values that guide how individuals convey messages, share information, and interact with others. Ethical communication is essential for building trust, maintaining credibility, and fostering respectful and productive relationships in both personal and professional settings. Key principles which are involved in ethical communication are: first and foremost is honesty. Share information truthfully without misleading or deceiving others. As an ethical principle, always avoid manipulation, distortion, or withholding of essential facts. Second principle is clarity and accuracy. Communicate clearly and avoid ambiguity. Ensure the information you provide is accurate and well supported. Third and very important one is respect. Treat others with dignity and consideration. Respect your audience, respect yourself. Listen actively and avoid offensive language, stereotypes, or discriminatory remarks. Fairness is the fourth principle, which is once again very important. It is about being objective and unbiased in communication. Give all parties a chance to express their viewpoint. Fifth one is responsibility, in which you must acknowledge the impact of your words and take responsibility for them. You must correct any misinformation or harm caused by your communication, your words, and your gestures. Sixth one is confidentiality, which means that you must respect privacy and do not disclose sensitive information without consent. Use discretion when handling personal or professional communications. If you keep these points in your mind, your communication will eventually and obviously polish. Seventh point is integrity. Uphold your values, even when it's difficult. You must avoid plagiarism, cheating, and using others' work without proper attribution or permission. Now let's consider what is the importance of ethics in communication. First one is that it builds trust. Ethical communication fosters trust and credibility. It strengthens your relationships. Respectful, honest communication enhances collaboration and understanding. It promotes inclusivity. Ethical communicators ensure that diverse voices are heard and valued. It obviously enhances your reputation. Individuals and organizations that communicate ethically earn respect and loyalty. It supports decision making. Clear, honest communication helps others make informed decisions. Let's discuss some examples of ethical versus unethical communication. Like citing sources in a report, plagiarizing content, listening without interrupting, ignoring or speaking over others, giving constructive feedback is an example of positive behavior. Using insult or personal attacks is negative. Being transparent about a mistake and covering up errors or lying is the example of a negative behavior. Let's discuss them in a brief way with help of certain examples so that you have a clarity while understanding these concepts. There is a person who is citing the reference of another article, but he is not giving the proper prestige and the attribution to that author and writer. Rather, he is simply taking the idea and taking the words out of it and making his writing more powerful, exemplary, and efficient. This behavior is, of course, not only ethically wrong but also a professional theft as well. You have done an intellectual theft to the intellectual property of that person without giving him any prestige, without giving any credit to him. Such behavior is obviously very negative, not only as a learner but as your existence of being a human and a person to your core. If you continue making such behavior, it leads to corruption in your personality. And obviously, when you will have cheating references, plagiarism, and in habit of making theft into someone else's property, it means that your personality is built on the principles which are based on the pillars of dishonesty, manipulation, and negativity. And such person obviously lead and guides and makes a society which is negative to its core. In contrast to it, if there is another person who cites the reference of the person who from whose work, from whom he had learned something, is that person who gives credit to that person, who acknowledges the idea and the knowledge that he had gained from that other person. It means that such behavior and such perspective is positive to its core. Such human being knows how to value knowledge, how to value the person who is providing knowledge, and such person is obviously a source of light for society and for learning environment. Such behaviors, of course, need appreciation, and not just appreciation, they are providing a human dignity to its core. There is an article into Pakistani constitution which says that dignity must be served to each human being irrespective of his gender, age, or status, or any religion or any barrier, which means that ethically our constitution provides equal dignity to all human beings. And if our citizenship and our country is providing us such value and giving us such supreme force of dignity, it means that we have and we must have certain caliber and must have some dignity which provides a positive outlook to our personality, and we must shape our vision and our mind towards those points which are based on the pillars of integrity and honesty. Basically, this topic is about making you realize that what value morality, ethics, and religion holds in your communication, which is obviously the reflection of your personality. You obviously speak what you think, and when you speak, it leads the other person and the listener towards this point, that what you think. And if you are not honest and you do not give integrity to what you speak and what you think, it means that your behavior is corrupt to its core. So ethics in communication are about these points, that we whenever make a speech, we must keep certain points in our mind. Our tone, our expressions, and our body language all must have a correspondence to each other. All points must have a positive note attributing one point to another. Our expressions must be in accordance with our um, topic and our tone. Our body language must support what we are saying. It means that basically our whole personality leads towards our communication. Not just our words should be telling the audience that we are happy, angry, or sad. Rather, our whole body language, our expressions, our tone, each point should contribute to the other point, so that the listener may understand the core of your message and the essence of your talk. Obviously, if you speak like this, your listener and your communication is going to be more effective, and the person who listens to you is obviously going to respect you a lot, because he knows that there is an expression of integrity, dignity, honesty, and truthfulness. Such persons who follow such ethics in their communication are those people who have an integrity in their personality. So such people must not only be appreciated, they rather should be respected, and they should be given the proper value and prestige in the society. And of course, this is an acknowledged and known principle, that whenever a person is speaking and a listener is actually listening to him, not just pretending to listen to him, is the point that leads towards knowing the personality of speaker. If the speaker is speaking in his natural tone, it means that his personality is to a great extent holding natural perspectives and natural points. And if he is trying to pretend something, obviously that will be either visible into his language or into his personality or into his gestures or somewhere into his communication. The listener, if he is actually listening to that person, may come to know that what he actually is and how artificial he is trying to be. So this topic was basically about this point, that we must consider that we must be truthful and honest and dedicated in our communication, and we must take care of such ethics in our communication, because if we do not take care of these points, our not only personality, our social structure, our cultural values, all are going to be intermixed into a highly negative combination. So we must take care of these points, and I am going to assign you an activity over here, that try to observe your class fellows when they are talking to you, especially the CRs and GRs, that how effective their communication is when they are considering these points in which ethical considerations have been followed, and how meaningful their message is or how unsuccessful their message is when they are not following the ethical considerations in their communication. And obviously, when you will notice into others, you will eventually notice these points into your own personality as well. When you will know that this is the thing which is lacking into someone else's personality or his communication skill, this will eventually lead towards recognition of your own personal failures in making a successful communication as well. I hope you understand the concept of this lecture, and it is going to be not only helpful into your academics but also into your life. Thank you so much.